Maraming sa Cebu may buntag Pinoy, karabutaga mga igala dako na kong dungog. Nga ani auban ka nato, ang usa ka inila nga cosmetic surgeon. Siya mo'y medical director sa Ozone Med Wellness Clinic. Si Dr. Rio Barales. Siya usab mga igala, overcomer sa breast cancer for 16 years. Amo nang isgutan karong taon-taon. Ako isang pagriton si Dr. Rio Barales. Please greet our televiewers, Doc.
Maayong buntag kaninyong tanan, mga taga Cebu ug tibuok Visayas.
Wow. Actually, si
Just a little bit.
Doktora is a Tagalog. No? And at least na siya gamay na mahibawaan nga Cebuano.
Yes, sir.
Doc, by the way, atong ipaibaw ka ninyo nga siya usa ka cosmetic surgeon by profession.
Yes, sir.
Apan di atong tuig 2007, na-diagnose siya sa sakit nga breast cancer, stage 3B.
Yes.
Pero tungod sa ozone therapy, nga mo iyang gidawat nga treatment sa Amerika para sa breast cancer, na-overcome niya ang mga sakit. O karon, she is 16 years cancer overcomer. Niya siya karon mga higala, live with us, para iatod ka nato ang maayong balita alang sa mga kababayan, alang sa atuang mga kaigsuunan din sa Visayas ug Mindanao, nga nag-anto sa sakit nga cancer o guban pang degenerative diseases. Dr. Rio Rio Barales. Ma'am, mas may tingaling, you tell us what, share us with your breast cancer journey. Kung unsay nitabo gid nimo.
Yes, thank you very much po. This is a wonderful opportunity for me to share my journey. It started actually as a lump, isang bukol in my left breast in 2007. As a cosmetic surgeon, I have done a lot of breast augmentation procedure also. So I know the plan of treatment for all of those who have been diagnosed, or for those of the women who would like to have a breast augmentation. So when I had my first diagnosis and received the diagnosis officially, I felt devastated. Really devastated, and I know I will undergo the conventional treatment at that time. So it was my husband who really helped me because I didn't know any other procedure other than the conventional treatment, sir. So it was my husband who helped me to research other modalities of treatment. And we have heard and researched about this ozone therapy through a friend also, but this is not very familiar here in the Philippines. So I flew to United States to get my initial approach of treatment. But first, I had my lumpectomy here in the Philippines, and it was found out that it was cancer. And so initially, because I'm a surgeon, because of the size of the tumor, it was initially planned to have my chemotherapy. But I understand that I have seen a lot of patients. I'm the one actually bringing the patient to the chemotherapy room and have the first treatment, initial treatment before the surgery. So I thought of seeing myself undergoing the same. But in my heart, I know that there is another impression that the Lord has been impressing in my heart. So I prayed about it, and I really seek His face, the Lord, who is our healer, who knows everything in us. So when I heard that there is something different for me, so it encourages me to really open up and hear Him. And but not in an instant that He's telling me that I go for the ozone therapy. It was just an impression that there is something different for me. So I hold on the promise, and true enough, after the initial confirmatory of the diagnosis, it was then I was scheduled for the surgery. I prefer to get the surgery first before the chemotherapy procedure. So It was done as a lumpectomy first, just to conserve the breast. But then again, I went to a series of quiet time with the Lord, asking Him for wisdom and for the decision that I'll be having. But at the back of my mind, I'm still, as a doctor, having this kind of treatment, having this kind of the diagnosis also, fear overwhelmed me because I know the progress of the diagnosis. So when I prayed about it, I believe that it's the Lord that gave me the peace of mind, subjecting myself first. Lord, I just give you myself. I just submit to you my decision about it. But yes, it went through. My first lumpectomy procedure was done here in the Philippines. But when I saw the scientific studies and all the write-ups about the ozone therapy, it began to give braveness and courageousness for me to seek the doctor who's doing that in the United States. So I flew in the United States the following year. It was December. I was diagnosed as a cancer patient. So I flew in 2007, 2008, and thereby again started to have the screening, in the United States. The same treatment, the same screening test, and they found out that I'm stage 3B already. So it was a good thing in the United States that they have a health system wherein they explain the other modalities of treatment if you requested. So I asked my doctor or the social worker at that time, because social worker would approach you of the psychological, the financial aspect, and other checking your background of how you would undergo and deal with this kind of diseases. So it's kind of like, just as a patient, it drew my heart also of the doctor in the United States are really taking time to explain the procedure to you before the other modalities of treatment.
Doc, before we continue, ang nalalaman natin is kung mayroong cancer, breast cancer, they usually remove the
Yes, that's the
lump
initial approach.
from-
It's according to the size of the tumor.
yeah.
It's according to the size of mine. It's really very big, but the first initial po sana is surgical. But because I can also suggest and recommend other procedure, kaya I chose to have the lumpectomy muna, the surgical approach before the other.
So it's the ozone layer is the ozone therapy is different from removing the.
Yes, it's a medical approach actually, sir. It's just like an IV drip that you are doing. Yun po, yung ginawa sa akin sa Amerika. So, nakapag-usap ako sa different doctors na naggagawa po ng other modalities of treatment, no? And I have heard about the integrative approach of treating the other cancers, cancer cases. So, kind of like para pong nakinig ako doon at pinaliwanag nila ano yung procedure na yon. So, doon po nag-umpisa. So, 2008, I started having the ozone therapy first, no? For a certain period, like 3.5 months, because I have to receive a certain number of sessions instead of the chemotherapy. So I undergo the ozone therapy. It's an IV drip, IV infusion po yun. So after that, they subject me to the surgical procedure. It's a modified radical mastectomy now, the left breast.
And the whole process is how long?
The process of the first infusion of the ozone therapy po is 3.5 months po ako nag-undergo nito. That's a number of sessions that you have to infuse in your body.
So, kailangan malaman ng mga kaibigan natin sa televiewers na itong mga cancer kailangan may chemotherapy. Yun karamihan eh. And it's not really that healthy to undergo chemotherapy. How is this different with ozone?
Yes, very much. That's what actually I'm going to the advocacy. When I return here in the Philippines, remember this is 2008. I have to go back to the States for every year to receive my treatment. It's just like your follow-up and your check-up po, no? It is really entirely different because there's no adverse reaction actually. No adverse reaction like losing the hair or magkaroon ng pigmentation, yung mga ano po na usual nakikita natin. But I just wanted to clarify, there are other modalities, especially in breast cancer, which is a very big statistic po, no? 2 in every 3 Filipina have breast cancer here in the Philippines. 1 in every 3 in Filipino, sa male naman po, is prostatic cancer. Kaya po, talagang confused po ang mga tao na anong dapat gawin when you receive the diagnosis. It's just that kailangan mapaliwanag sa kanila ano yung step by step that they have to undergo. And then, of course, there is a family conference. Kaya kami po dun talagang, we have a family conference because I have a brother doctor who also on the conventional because that's what we are taught in the medical school. We have to undergo the conventional treatment. And so, it opened up my mind po na talagang to hear about the ozone therapy, which is really, I don't like to have those adverse reaction or the bad reaction of the chemotherapy. So I opted to research about it and in depth of studying about the procedure. So when I knew about it, that I know that it will be very effective for me, so I undergo first the ozone therapy. So it's an IV drip wherein we use a small amount of blood. Okay, we use a small amount of blood, and then infuse it back to your system, because we believe that oxygenated blood would survive, would live. Okay, so with the chemotherapy, all the cancer cells are also being killed. Okay, and so with the ozone therapy. But there is a difference between these two modalities. But I'm not really against the chemotherapy. But in breast cancer alone, especially when there's the breast cancer na pumutok na po, no? May sugat na, talagang the whole breasts are being invaded by the cancer cells. They really need to have a chemotherapy and combine it with the ozone therapy. What ozone therapy does, it really kills also the cancer cells and transform the molecules, no, being attacked by the cancer cells na like in the process of phagocytosis. It kills the cancer cells per se, but give a transformation or energy for the good cells to survive again, and even for the weak cells to have a good state of
it's different from the chemotherapy thing, which kills even good cells.
Yes, sir. That's the reason why there are a lot of the signs and symptoms of losing the hair, having a pigmentation of the nails, and so with the state of being of the patient, like talaga nausea and vomiting po. It all depends upon the response of the body through that chemotherapy reagent.
While we're talking about breast cancer, you also mentioned about degenerative diseases. What are these?
Okay, this is our aging process, like arthritis. I do prolozone also, hitting the knee or any frozen shoulder.
Karamihan sa mga matatanda yun ang sakit.
Yes po, yung mga arthritis, diabetes also. It helps the diabetes person to have a control of their blood sugar. And then also for the hypertensive, because ozone molecules also helps about the status of the vessels, no, the contraction and the vasodilatation effect of the blood vessels. That's why ozone could lower down your blood pressure, and for those who are hypertensive, and then lower down the blood sugar also for those who are diabetic.
You're also doing that in your clinic?
Yes, sir. Because there are cases like cancer patient also have diabetes, other comorbidity cases. So kind of like all in one, all in one, because it's from your top, from the top of your head to the tip of your toe. It's because of the good circulation of this ozone molecule in your blood, and perfusion of it and infusion of all of this ozone molecule would help eliminate all of these pathogens in your body.
Now that you are an overcomer for 16 years, ano yung advocacy mo ngayon?
Yun nga po, marami po salamat. At ito po yung naging pagkakataon ko. Remember, I just kept silent myself, but I would like to really educate the patient, especially those who have this cancer journey also here in the Philippines, that they don't have to be fearing it, no? Sabi ko nga po doon, cancer fear no more. And all you have to do is really to be informed of what to do, no, step by step, and make a wise decision and be confident on your decision. And I always say to my patient that it is your body that receives this treatment, so you have to decide well and have a confidence in your decision making. And also, I challenge all the doctors who are doing the treatment also. When you are kind of like really doing the procedure, you explain well to the patient. But I understand, because there are a lot of patients really waiting and we really don't have time. Forgive us for, but because of my experience like this, I really take time now explaining the patient what the procedure is and what he is expecting from it. So a well-educated and informed patient have a very wise decision and be confident in their decision making, sir.
You already Ozone Med Wellness Clinic all over the Philippines, and I understand you have 9 already branches?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. And the Lord have allowed us to open up a lot of clinic and help out a lot of Filipino, that they don't have to have a big expenses for all of this, no? Flying to the United States and receive this treatment. There are the machine was brought here in the Philippines way back in 2013, but I still don't started the practice yet, because I'm still in my practice as a cosmetic surgeon, and at that time be a chief of hospital also in one of the public hospital here in the Philippines. Okay, so it was a good thing that we're able to partner with those doctors who have open-minded and received the training also personally, and share the journey and share the expertise about this for those who have open-minded doctors.
Well, yes, I understand that you have a branch here already in Cebu, and this is the 9th branch in the Philippines. That's Unit 1207, BPI Cebu Corporate Center, Cardinal Rosales Avenue, Cebu Park Division or District, Santa Cruz, Cebu City, across Metro Ayala. And you have the telephone numbers here for consultation bookings. You have also a Facebook page, Ozone Med Wellness Clinic, Cebu City. Don't forget that, no?
Yes.
And you are already accepting ngayon mga pasyente.
Yes, we will be starting accepting the patient as we will be launching it and opening, dedicating the place tomorrow at 11 a.m. We'll be thanking the Lord for allowing us to open up a clinic here in Cebu City.
Yeah, that's a big help for Cebuanos, especially degenerative diseases, not only breast cancer.
Yes.
Ang yung yung sinasabi mo na diabetes, yung mga arthritis, that's a big problem here. I hope we can visit your wellness clinic soon and hope it will be operating very soon. I understand.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yeah.
Doc, why don't you invite our televiewers to your wellness clinic?
Yes, sir. Maganda pong pagkakataon po sa inyo pong lahat dito sa Cebu City. Iniimbitahan po namin kayo to seek another modalities of treatment. We're open for cancer patient po and degenerative diseases like arthritis, yung may mga hypertensive and diabetes patient also would be helped. So, punta po kayo sa Unit 1207 BPI Corporate Center, Cardinal Rosales Avenue, Cebu, Park District, Santa Cruz. It's just across the Metro Ayala po. We have a number 0956-954-5953. And for you to have some booking for consultation, you can go to our FB page, Ozone Med Wellness Clinic, Cebu City. Salamat po. We invite you tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Dra Rio Barales, for coming over. And I know that Cebuanos will be very happy and very thankful for you to be opening up a wellness clinic here, so that they could also consult you with their, diabetes, high blood pressure, arthritis, breast cancer, and so on and so forth.
Sir,
Thank you so much. Thank you. Mga higala mo balik, may karong taon-taon, dumaning pipila ka pa inom doon. Please stand by.